Hey guys, it's Ken, and welcome to another Autism Digest interview, where today we have a country star to close out Autism Awareness Month that has a very unique story. He has several #1 hits on a local chart in Tennessee, has worked with several musicians, recently performed at an acoustic night for autism with several other guests we've interviewed on here, and has a song that benefits autism awareness specifically. So without further ado, let's give it up for Doug Mathis. Thanks for coming on, Doug.
Hey, Caden, it's good to be with you.
All right. My first question I always ask all my guests, for those of you who don't know Doug Mathis, or for those who don't know the name of Doug Mathis, what's your story?
I am a singer-songwriter out of Nashville, Tennessee, and I've been doing music my whole life. I started in Nashville way before you were born in 1981, and love writing songs, and I do country and country gospel and a little bit of blues, a little bit of rock and roll, tour the country singing positive country music.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really, really amazing. The reason I brought you on, and this is my second question, is because of a song you wrote that benefits autism awareness specifically. I read the story behind it, but if you could, in your own words, can you explain the inspiration behind the song, How Many Days?
Yeah, sure. So a friend of mine has an autistic son. His name is Jack. And at the time, Jack was 7 years old. And he was always asking because of his autism, he was all about numbers. And so he was always asking his mother, how many days till Christmas? How many days till my birthday? How many days till church camp? How many days till, the next big event? When's grandma coming? How many days till grandma comes? So she was getting him ready for bed one night, and they were throwing the stuffed animals off of the bed. And he looked at his mother in a very matter-of-fact way and said, "Mom, how many days till I go to heaven?" So that night, instead of tucking him in, she climbed into bed with her little 7-year-old boy and began to try to explain to him issues of faith. And there's some things we can know, some things we can't know. And it was really a precious story that I found out about when I saw her post on Facebook about it. And, it impacted me so deeply, I immediately was inspired to write a song.
Yeah, that's amazing. With me and my autism, I'm high function, and of course, the big thing with me is music, and it impacts me significantly. I've been around it my entire life, always looking for the latest music to listen to, always talking with musicians on here. I never realized how deep special interests can go. When I read this story behind the song, had impacted me deeply as well.
Yeah. I mean, how do you put into words a story like that? And the only way I know to do it is with music. So it is more impactful that way. It touches your heart, it touches your emotions. So, as a musician, as a singer, as a songwriter, when I hear stories like this, the first thing I want to do is try to communicate that musically. So I'm glad it impacted you, because it impacts everybody that I talk to about it. So I'm really glad.
Thank you, sir. My next question for you is: you recently performed at an acoustic night for autism with you other individuals that I've interviewed on here, Devin O'Dave, host, and Dylan Massenjo. What was that experience like, and how long have you been involved with them?
So I wrote this song a couple of years ago, and our first event was last April. So this was our second acoustic evening for autism. And I met Dylan because we asked Rhonda Vincent, who's an amazing bluegrass singer-songwriter and on the Grand Ole Opry. Rhonda Vincent, we asked her to come and be on our show last year, and she told us about Dylan. and told us that she had done a song with him and invited him onto the Opry to perform with her. And so we talked to the Massengales, and they were thrilled to be able to come to Nashville and to share their story and to perform. And Dylan is such a blessing. He is a joy. And when Dylan was performing last year, we had Randy Travis in the audience. And, you know, Randy Travis is a huge country star from the 90s and the 80s and the early 2000s. And he had a stroke a few years back, and it affected him pretty badly. But he's doing well now and able to get out. And he came to our show. He doesn't perform live anymore because of how the stroke affected him. But he was sitting on the front row watching Dylan perform. And Dylan's got that beautiful baritone voice. And when he hit those low notes like Randy Travis did in his career, Randy Travis's face just lit up. And it brought me so much joy to see Dylan performing. And so we asked him back this year, and he did another great job. And Devin also has been a real blessing and helped us with our fundraising efforts and with the things that we're trying to do to raise awareness for people and families that are challenged with the struggles of autism. So, yeah, I love Devin, Dylan, the Massengales. They're amazing. I hope I get out to see them soon and perform with them in Branson. But it was a great show. We had Daryl Worley, T. Graham Brown, John Barry, Jamie O'Neill, Minnie Murphy. It was a great show, great evening, and we raised several $1,000s again for the Kennedy Center, which is Vanderbilt's autism wing. They help educate and help work with families that are struggling with autism there at Vandy in Nashville. So it's a great program, and we want to help.
Yeah, that's congratulations. And I absolutely agree. Dylan's amazing. And Dylan, if you're watching this, shout out to you, man. My next question for you is, what's your advice for anyone, neurodivergent or not, who wants to make it in the music industry?
Oh my goodness, that's a great question. If you want to make it in the music industry these days, you better have an amazing online presence, and you need to have great songs. You need to be hopefully a great singer, a great musician. People are drawn to excellence. So that's what I would say. Practice, practice, practice. And keep writing songs and have a lot of fun doing it. Because it's a lot of work, but it's fun work. So go after it. If you got a dream, why not pursue it?
Yeah, and another bit of advice I'll add, because I talk with a lot of musicians, is be original in your music. Be unique. Don't copy what other artists are doing. Because I'll tell you a quick story with that advice you just gave in mind. This morning, I was showing one of my little siblings the original version of Anxiety TikTok song by Dochi. You probably know it, Anxiety. That one, the original version of that was somebody that I used to know, which everyone knows. And my brother said he wasn't into it and he liked that one more. It was a funny experience, but it opened my eyes truly to how nowadays someone could take a song, record their own lyrics over it, not change anything about the beat or X, Y, and Z thing. And people still love it. And
yeah.
I've had continuous conversations with my parents about how our generation, my generation, Gen Z, stole music from their generation. And I thought, okay, now I know how they feel. No, but that advice is great. Work hard, have fun with it, and be original. My last question for it is, what does the future hold for you, music-wise or advocacy-wise?
So we have formed the Country Music Autism Awareness Foundation, and we are going to continue to work and network in the country music industry and try to raise money and awareness, have events that will raise awareness for families and people that are challenged with autism. We are always releasing new music. I've got several new songs that are ready to go, and writing new music all the time. So that's the life of a musician. You've got to keep writing. You've got to keep working. Keep being creative. Work at your craft. So that's what I try to do. I try to work at my craft and write great music, and perform as much as I can. I've got shows coming up all across America. So watch for me. Go to dougmathismusic.com. And if you want to follow where I'm at and what I'm doing, and the Country Music Autism Awareness Foundation is cmaaf.org. And if you want to go there and contribute and help us to raise awareness, that would be amazing. If you love country music and you want to help the country music industry raise more awareness, then that'd be the place to go. cmaaf.org. We appreciate your help.
All right. Well, absolutely promote that. Anyways, that's going to do it for this interview, guys. Thank you so much to Doug for coming on sharing his stories and the amazing advice. If you guys want to see more interviews with inspiring autistic individuals and inspiring figures within the autism community, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Autism Digest. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.